Today we're going to talk about nucleic acids, and the goal of this video is to describe the chemical structure and function of nucleic acids, explain how nucleic acids are built and broken down, and give examples of nucleic acids in nature. So first, what are nucleic acids? Well, like carbohydrates and lipids, they are a type of organic compound. And again, an organic compound is a substance that contains carbon that's bonded to another carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, or nitrogen. That's what it takes to be an organic compound, and nucleic acids are a type of organic compound. Now, the monomer of nucleic acids are called nucleotides. And again, a monomer is a building block. Now, I've put a picture of a molecule here. You probably recognize this. This is DNA. The Na in DNA stands for nucleic acid. DNA is a type of nucleic acid, and we'll talk a little bit more about DNA at the end of this video. Okay, so what's the structure of a nucleotide? Remember, a nucleotide is the monomer of a nucleic acid. So what's the structure of a nucleotide? Well, when you look at the image here, you'll notice there are 5 elements in nucleotides. The C's are for carbon, H's are for hydrogen, O's are for oxygen, N's are for nitrogen, and the P is a phosphate. Now, the nucleotide has 3 smaller molecules within it, and they're different colors in this image. You have a yellow, blue, and green molecule. So the yellow molecule is a phosphate group, the green molecule is a base, and the blue molecule is a sugar. So nucleotides are made out of a phosphate, a sugar, and a base. So how do you build a nucleic acid? Well, the phosphate group binds to the sugar, and this creates a chain of nucleotides. And this chain is called the sugar phosphate backbone. So the way that you join the phosphate and the sugar is through a process called dehydration synthesis. And you can see in the image here an H from one of the nucleotides and an OH from another nucleotide are joined, creating H2O. And in the process, the phosphate group and the sugar are joined together. They form a bond, and that's what's going to create this chain. So how do you break down a nucleic acid? Well, basically the opposite happens. You use H2O in a process called hydrolysis to break that bond between the phosphate and the sugar, and now you have 2 separate nucleotides. Let's finish up talking about the functions of nucleic acids. So nucleic acids can carry genetic information, and examples of nucleic acids that can do this would be DNA and RNA. Nucleic acids can also transmit energy in cells, and an example of a molecule that can do this is ATP. What you're looking at on your screen, this image, this is an image of ATP. So let me say a little bit about ATP. ATP gives off energy when the bond between the second and third phosphate, which I have a green arrow pointing at, that bond, when that bond gets broken, energy is given off, and that energy is used to power processes inside the cell. So to sum up, you've seen what nucleic acids are made out of. They're made out of nucleotides, and you've seen the components of a nucleotide. You've seen how to build and break down a nucleotide, and you've heard some of the functions of nucleic acids.